Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. We are continuing on through Season 5 of Doctor Who. We're on Episode 4. It is the same weekend. I know a lot of you are curious when we binge these, how much we binge, in one sitting. We've been able to get 4 done this weekend, which is usually the max. I think we've done 5 before.
I think.
In one of the seasons, because it was like something. The next day we did something. There was like, we got to 4, but it was a 2-parter, so we had to finish so.
Yes.
5 is the most we've done, but 4 is not only good, but I'm happy to have the opportunity with the noise and because we had some issues with the last episode earlier, that we watched earlier, a few hours ago, with other neighbors being loud. But it is now hours removed from that. As said, we're on episode 4 in a season that I'm so far very lukewarm about. I bring up the binging because this will be many weeks from now when it's released. And I don't know what the response and reception is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be the usual. Some people that agree with me. And other people who are just like, why are you never happy? You want a tenant gone, he's gone. Stop bitching about everything. Just because something I didn't like is gone doesn't mean I have to like the thing that's there now.
Well, yes, that is true. You can say that about many things, that there's something that you don't like. It was removed and something else was put in its place. But that's also something that you don't like. So because you didn't like that thing and, you're happy that it's gone.
Yeah.
Yes, but you still don't like that other thing as well.
I mean, it's more tolerable, but the strengths that Tennant brought to the role aren't the same that Matt brings to the role so far, in my opinion. The same goes with the companion, but I'm not going to see it as a negative as far as the show is going. It's just something I'm noticing. So it's not like dragging the show down, but it's also not adding anything to the show. Where I think like the dynamic between Donna and the Doctor really added to that season. So far, Amy and Doctor, I appreciate the buddy thing we got going on, but I really do. I really, really do. So far, there's just, but as you said, we're still early into the season, so I'm not going to jump the gun and bemoan everything. I'm just lukewarm right now. I'm hoping that the episodes get better. Like, they're not bad. They're just not engaging. They're not, like, I can't get lost in them as easy. And I want to. But if they're all like this, that's fine. Then I'll have just a lukewarm season to choose from for Medal Ceremony. And that's fine. They all, I mean, the law of averages, I say, they all can be.
You will have seasons that will be better than others.
Yeah, exactly.
The more seasons that there are.
Right. Same with Doctors and same with Companions. The more we get, the more, the taste is going to fluctuate because we have a bigger sample size. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the only way to do that is to actually see. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
We ought to do a tier list when we eventually get to all of the Doctors.
We're going to. Yeah. I already have a plan. We're going to do a like one of those like rate tier videos, or we're going to rate them like favorite, least favorite, something like that. Yeah, definitely in the future. Look forward to that. Way in the future when we get out here, Fuzzy. When we get caught up. So that'll be fun. I can't wait to have a bunch of stuff to choose from. But right now we have one thing to choose from, episode 4. So again, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I love museums.
Yeah, great. Can we go to a planet now?
Oh, one of mine. Also one of mine.
Oh, I see. It's how you keep score.
The graffiti, old High Gallifreyan. The lost language of the Time Lords. These words could burn stars.
What does this say?
Hello, sweetie.
Follow that ship.
Philip's feeling lukewarm about the season. How to get his interest? Bring River back.
Yes, they're blue. They're the blue stabilizers.
Well, it's just boring now, isn't it? They're boring us. They're blue. Boring us.
How come she can fly the
You
TARDIS?
call that flying the TARDIS, ha? You haven't landed.
Of Of course we've landed.
It didn't make the noise.
It's not supposed to make that noise. You leave the brakes on.
Yeah. Well, it's a brilliant noise. I love that noise.
No, wait, environment checks.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Nice sound.
He thinks he's so hot when he does that.
Why?
Because she's the future. My future.
Can you run away from that?
I can run away from anything I like. Time is not the boss of me. Amy Pond. Professor Riversong.
I'm going to be a professor someday, am I? How exciting.
Spoilers.
Nice.
Oh, Doctor, you sonicked her.
Our diary.
Her past, my future. Time travel. We keep meeting in the wrong order.
Does Dr. Song explain what we're dealing with?
Doctor,
Is that Jorah from Game of Thrones?
the weeping angels.
Ooh.
The angel is
Bring all my favorite things back. Yay.
We're kind.
The way she talks to you, I've never seen anyone do that. She's kind of like, you know, heel boy. She's Mrs. Doctor from the future, isn't she? Is she going to be your wife one day?
Yes.
Why do they call him father?
He's their bishop, they're his clerics. It's the 51st century. The church has moved on.
Dormant all that time.
There's a difference between dormant and patient.
What does that mean? It's a statue when you see it.
Billion human colonists.
Oof, you lot, you're everywhere. You're like rabbits. I'll never get done saving you.
Sir, there is a clear and
Sweetie, I need you.
Anybody need me?
Did you have more than one clip with the angel?
No, just the 4 seconds.
Uh-oh.
When you go all baby.
You know who I am? I don't always look the same.
I've got pictures of all your faces. You never show up in the right order, though.
That which holds the image of an angel becomes itself an angel.
Oh, snap.
It's something moves a little very faster. Don't even blink.
I'm not. Doctor, what's it going to do to me?
Just keep looking at it.
What is it?
The eyes are not the windows of the soul, they are the doors. Beware what may enter there.
3, 4.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
That was amazing.
River, hug Amy.
Why?
Because I'm busy.
I'm fine.
he doesn't know yet, does he? Well, make sure he doesn't work it out, or he's not going to help us.
I won't let you down. Believe you me, no intention of going back to prison. Oh, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's just a labyrinth with dead people buried in the walls. This won't hurt a bit.
Ow!
There you see, I lied. It's a virus stabilizer. Talking about you.
I wasn't listening, I'm busy.
Ah, the other way up.
Scared keeps you fast. Anyone in this room who isn't scared is a moron.
We have plans?
They've got 2 heads.
Yes, I get that, so?
So why don't the statues? They're angels. All of them.
They can't be. There was only one angel on the ship.
Poor Bob.
Sacred Bob, it's me, the doctor. I'm talking. Where are you now?
I'm talking to my...
Yeah. Shut up.
I'm on my way up to you, sir. Snap their necks, sir.
See, that's odd. That's not how the angels kill you. They displace you in time unless they needed the bodies for something.
Didn't escape, sir. The angel killed me too.
If you're dead, how can I be talking to you?
You're not talking to me, sir. The angel has no voice. Reanimated a version of my consciousness. Sorry about the confusion.
And when you've flown away in your little blue box, I'll explain that to their families.
And the other angels are still restoring.
Ah, so the angel is not in the wreckage. Thank you.
Look at my hand. It's stunk. You've got all that stuff with River, and that's all got to happen. You know you can't die here.
Time can be rewritten. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry about this. Ah, see, not stone. Now run. You're alive. Did I mention?
Maybe your teeth. Have you got space teeth?
Yeah, alive. All I'm saying.
You have space teeth.
You told me my fear would keep me alive, but I died afraid, in pain and alone. You made me trust you, and when it mattered, you let me down.
We have faith, sir.
Then give me your gun. There's one thing you never ever put in a trap.
And what would that be, sir?
Me. Yep. Yay! Two-parter! Yay! Ask and you shall receive. Finally, something to look forward to. I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to see the next one, which we won't be able to do today, but something to look forward to possibly next weekend.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I also liked it.
This was enjoyable, yeah. It kind of had no choice but to be. It had like two of my favorite things. Weeping Angels and River.
Yes.
I wrote in my notes, it's like bringing River back for this was a good idea. It gave a nice, stable character that we were familiar with for everyone to bounce off of and play around. And the character of River is written and acted so well that she can morph herself to whatever version of the Doctor and companion are there. And for me, this is the first time that Matt Smith felt like the Doctor. Still not 100% sold on Karen as the companion, Amy as the companion, but it felt a little more organic than it has so far. But I attribute that to River because she's such a powerful personality.
Yes.
And then you throw in fan favorite, Weeping Angels, and yeah. And the whole time I'm like, okay, I think we're nearing the end of the episode. Is this going to be a two-parter?
Yes, it is.
I would rather this be a two-parter than what the last couple we've had. Although you would disagree about the last one. You'd rather see 2 episodes of the Daleks, but
And maybe I will someday.
Yeah, well, of course you will someday. I assume there's a Dalek two-parter somewhere. But we get Weeping Angel River two-parter. Hell yeah. Finally excited. Yay.
You see, it was worth waiting. We now reached this episode.
Yes. Sure, people in the comments were like, just wait. Wait until episode 4. And you were right, if you're one of those people. Now, if you said, nothing's ever going to make you happy, then you were wrong. So there you go. The only bad thing from this episode was like my allergies, like my nose is itchy and my beard's itchy and I'm like fidgeting during it. So I couldn't get as absorbed into it. I was like, finally, I get an episode I really want to get lost in and I can't because my stupid crap. Yeah. No surprise. Thoroughly enjoyed this.
So did I. Shall we go to the notes?
Already? You have nothing else to say?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, Justin would like to go to the notes, so let's go to the notes.
Philip's notes.
So we open up with this mysterious woman on this ship, and this gentleman has been put in place with hallucinogenic lipstick.
Yes.
Okay. We find out it's River. Yay! When she turned around, I was like, yay! Thank you for throwing me a bone.
This part did seem very James Bond-like.
Yes, even with the guy who was wearing like the suit and the tie, yeah, the bow tie and all. Yeah, I thought the same exact thing.
What, in this case, Jessica Bond.
Yeah. Well, he could have been James Bond. She could have been the Bond girl. But I don't see River as a Bond girl. I see River as Bond. So yeah, Jessica Bond, Jane Bond.
Oh.
But Jessica works too. So yes, we had this very Bond-esque opening, and then River summons the Doctor and just flies through space until she's rescued. And she has the box, but she was carving a message into the box.
Mm-hmm.
And just said, hello, sweetie.
Yes, I was waiting for it to be something profound, but it turned out to be a simple text-like message.
Yeah. I cannot wait until we get to the River seasons. I love her so much. Like, she's so much fun. Like, yes, she's flirty, and yes, she's all this, but it's so tongue-in-cheek. And it's so, it's just done, it's done in an endearing way to me. because I think she's cast perfectly. And I really look forward to, I hope that the doctor she's with is equally as endearing, because that could be a fun freaking season or seasons, however long she is in the show. So yeah, I can't wait for that. Something to look forward to in the future. So it's just cool to see the dynamic of her seeing a new version of the Doctor. The Doctor knows who she is now. It's also why I think it was a good idea to have her, because it bridges Tennant to Smith. It bridges her showing up in the past, his past again, but now he knows that she's in his future. So there's a tether for Smith's Doctor to the character more than used to be Tennant. You know, now it's, you know, I just think having River here was a very smart decision to help make Matt Smith feel more like the Doctor.
Because she has the advantage that she knows things about him that he doesn't.
Yeah, she has the diary still, yeah.
Yes, and one thing that the Doctor really hates is not knowing.
Yeah, but he's pretty, he knows he can't, so, like, they didn't read it, and him and Donna didn't read it when they were in the library, the big, you know, big one, when they had her book sitting there, and they're like, wait, take a peek. I'm hoping Amy grows on me, because she's got this spunky kind of a companion, so I'm hoping that will grow on me. Maybe it's just something I have to get used to, because I've had, like, we had lovelorn, platonic, you know, now we have, I don't know how to describe her, just, it's what I wanted. It is. You know, there's no romance.
It seems platonic enough.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm sure freaking when Amy thought she was turning to stone, if it was Tennant, he would have, like, kissed her on the hand or something. But no, Matt Smith bit her. I was like, awesome. It could also be the newness, like I talked about before. It could be the newness of the characters. These are new actors in the roles. So, as I've said a couple times, this was just a very calculated, intelligent move on the chessboard of the season. It gave Matt Smith a chance to play off of River in a way that Tennant didn't, but still be the Doctor. And it got Amy to be the companion, and River still be a future companion. There was no, like, none of that weirdness or foreboding that we have with Donna, and none of that mystery that we have with Tennant. That's already happened for this Doctor. And Amy's so like devil may care, and it's a good thing. So was Donna. But Donna was also very, like I said, Donna was the conscience of the show. And Amy's just like almost like the fangirl that won a contest and gets to be on a season of it. In a good way. Like, she's just along for the ride, but not in the same way Donna was. Because she's not having these crises of conscience like Donna had. Like, 2 or 3 episodes in, we had, like, Donna crumbling under the emotional weight of what was going on. So who knows how Amy would have acted if she was in the Planet of the Youth? We don't know. So it's just adventure, easy breezy, light, nice. So I'm focusing on that part of it. And this episode did wonders for helping shape my viewpoint of this new Doctor and this new companion. And like I said, I've said before that hopefully they would evolve into the characters. And this felt like they are. In Matt Smith more, but both of them, you know, had an evolution. But then again, Matt Smith had more to work with as the Doctor in relation to River as opposed to Amy. So it, you know, obviously he's going to have more of an evolution. But it was just nice to watch an episode. It was like, okay, you kind of feel like the Doctor now. So cool. He kind of felt like his version of the Doctor. And that's all I wanted. And that's 100% subjective. Maybe people felt that Matt Smith felt like the Doctor from the first episode. You know, maybe people didn't feel it for a little while longer. But for me, the turn is starting to happen. And it's like, good. I was waiting for it. I was really worried that this entire season was just going to feel a little disjointed and not as cohesive. And we didn't get the fucking crack in the middle of something. If it was there, awesome. It was hidden. It didn't end with a crack. Like, there's a crack in the wall. Thank you. I'm sure the next one will, but it was nice to have an episode end without being like, there's the crack. Look at it. Ah. And the Weeping Angels are awesome. An awesome freaking invention. So
They had a Twilight Zone-esque
yes.
touch
Oh yeah,
to the
exactly.
show.
Yeah. Which when Doctor Who goes into the horror territory, I am 100% on board. It is like sci-fi and horror, two things I love. I mean, horror is my number one love. So yeah, heck yeah. And to use them in such an interesting way. All the statues were angels.
Yes.
Like, whoa, that is crazy. Like, wow. And poor Bob. Poor sacred Bob. Scared Bob. Poor guy. I did really like that. I'll get to it in my notes, though. I liked his interaction with the Doctor, but we'll get into that when we get to the notes.
Shall we go back to the notes?
Yeah. I went on a tangent. Then we find out that these soldiers, it's like a father and the clerics.
Yes.
And it's the church. And it's the 51st century. The church has moved on.
Well, when you really think about it, it's a business, and well, with any business, it either needs to adapt with the times or face the possibility of going out of business.
It also makes sense if you think about it. Like, think about faith in general and how militant it is. From hierarchy to rules to having enemies to being the good side. You know, we're the good people. Like, religion is just a bunch of different armies that think they're the good side. So I thought it was cool that the soldiers were, you know, part of the church. It makes sense as an evolution. Well, it's from the past. I mean, hell, like the history of the church is bathed in blood. So
I suppose that these could be, well, you've heard of warrior monks. Here are warrior clerics.
There you go, yeah. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Then the Doctor says, because they were like, well, this weeping angel has been dormant. He says there's a difference between dormant and patient.
Yes, there is.
Kind of like that idea of water. Water is patient. It just sits over time and it waits, just like a weeping angel. And we do have some of the Doctor arrogance. We've had it here and there over the last few episodes. I just haven't really said it because I'm still getting used to this new incarnation of the Doctor. We find out that people inhabiting this planet are humans, and the Doctor says, "You're like rabbits. I'll never get done saving you." You know what? I'm gonna give Matt Smith, as a Doctor, a few free passes with the arrogance and the holier than thou. Ha 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 ha. See what I did there? It's just it didn't come off quite as smug as Tennant did, so it's fine. It was more humorous to me, where Tennant was always very cocky. This was cocky, but it was like better cocky, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Then we find out whatever holds the image of an angel is an angel. That's a very interesting concept.
Yes.
Like, that's like, wow. if you think about that, holy crap. Because then they say the eyes aren't the windows to the soul, they're doors.
Yes.
Ooh. Which plays in later when what happens with Amy.
Yes.
The weeping angel got into her head and was manipulating her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, dang. The power of suggestion. And then the father says to River, he doesn't know who and what you are. If he knew, he wouldn't help you. And she says, I have no intention of going back to prison. I love this world building we're doing with River. She's such this mysterious, just so confident and so
Heel boy.
I don't know why. I don't know why. And I know I sound like a hypocrite, but her like cutesy, sexual, flirty stuff just works for me. I don't know why. Probably because she is so tongue in cheek and so sly and wry. So
maybe that's why.
Yeah, I think she just the delivery River's fantastic, and the actress just nails it.
It isn't so much what she does, but how she does it that makes her appealing.
Yeah, like, I don't think you could really find someone else to play River and have the same kind of, like, she brings chemistry to her own character, if that makes sense. It's like different incarnations of the Doctor. Some people playing the Doctor do it more for other, how can I put this? Some incarnations of the Doctor work better for other people than others do, which I know is, basically what I'm saying is, the chemistry someone brings to the role can make or break the character. And the actress that plays River just owns it. I cannot see anyone else playing her character. I can see other people playing the Doctor. I can't, well, obviously we have, but I can't see anyone else being River. I can't. I just absolutely can't. Then we find out that when they're talking to Bob, we find out that the angels snap their necks. That's not what they do. They displace you in time.
Yes.
So I thought that was very intriguing, that they're being violent instead of just stealing your time away from you and putting you somewhere else. The Doctor asks Bob, how did you escape? He says, I didn't escape. The angels killed me too. So again, another really cool concept of Bob is dead. They're using his consciousness to talk through him, but they're the angels. But he's still being like helpful and like showing remorse and all that stuff. But I like the idea of this consciousness continuing on, just like in the library with River before, when that device held like the last of their consciousness when those beings were the shadows, you know. That was cool. And then Amy thinks her hand's turning to stone, and Doctor's like, no, it's not. It's not. It's all in your, just listen to me. Your hand is not stone. And then we have that whole like companion in peril moment, which we have to have, where they're like, leave me, just leave me. And you know he's not going to do that. So I think as far as Amy and the Doctor's interaction, Amy and new Doctor, new companion, new Doctor, as far as the interactions go, I think the whole like my hand is stone conversation is the strongest one-on-one they've had so far. It felt the most organic. It felt the most like the characters are talking to each other. So I really like that whole like 2 to 3 minutes. That was, my hand is stone. Because she says, you have this whole future with River. Go. Just leave me. He says, time can be rewritten.
Yes.
He's done it. He's done it. Has suffered no consequences for it yet, damn it. Waters of Mars. And then we're nearing the end, and Bob says, I died in fear. I trusted you, and you let me down. I was like, ooh. I like that too. That was really cool. Just to see the angels in action beyond don't blink, beyond don't look away, that kind of thing. To see them use, psychological tactics and manipulation. It kind of made them more than a one-dimensional threat. So, yeah.
Indeed. Like what was being read from the cryptic diary of what happens when ideas don't need people to think them for them.
Yeah.
And they can think themselves into existence.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of cool concepts. Like philosophical and, that kind of thing in this one. Which really helped bring in new lore, but then also enrich existing lore as well. Which also helped enrich these existing characters as well. So as far as an all-encompassing thing, it's been the strongest episode so far. For me, it was much needed. But that is all for my notes. Everything else are from patrons over on Patreon. So yes, I said this was much needed. Much needed for me. Oh man, I was just like, please give me something. Give me something I like so people will stop getting mad at me. That doesn't work. Even when I get stuff that I like, they're still mad at me, so.
I loved it.
Good. Did you love it more than the last one? Don't answer that. Stay tuned for Medal Ceremony when we get to the end of Season 5.
All right.
No, you can tell me in private. Well, you don't get to see this. He's given me his answer, and you don't know. Stay tuned. All right, is there anything else you'd like to add about this episode?
No.
Okay. Well, it's going to wrap this one up. It was very enjoyable, and yay. Thank you for giving me this, even though it already existed. It's like some present just for me. I'll take it, though. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one, part 2. Gotta wait a week. for us in real time, but we'll get there, hopefully. Neighbors willing. Until then, goodbye.